Well, so much for a notification. I don't know if it sends a notification that I'm live, but here we are next to the stove. I'm gonna flip the phone. Oh, we got some coffee. Still gotta finish my shake. Mmm. Mmm. Wow. Hi, Jiro. Welcome. Finally, I joined Andy's live stream. Yeah, that's really amazing. What a great surprise. MMA Paradise in the house. Welcome to the chat. That was a chocolate shake I just finished. That was really yummy. Hi. I'd like to try to get maybe a little bit better picture here. Yeah, I live in Montana now, in the mountains. Yeah, it's a new place. So it's really good here with my family. And I have a new job also. It's very cold here, so we have a fireplace that heats. We burn wood in it to heat the house, so that's good. It's not my place, but the person that lives here is letting us stay, and I gave him a ride into this place called the Y. By the He's blind, so I took him into town a little bit further towards the city to a place he likes to go and spend time with his little companion dog. They let him take his dog around. But so it's kind of like my extra time to do with whatever I want to. So I'm gonna go live. Yes. Thanks for showing up. Um, please allow me to put some coffee in my cup. All right. I got a new cup for my birthday. By the way, I did mention it once again, and I'll mention again. Shout out to my wife Carrie. Thanks for the brand new coffee cup, and to Mike who picked it out with Carrie and RJ for my birthday. It's a nice cup. Camo cup, yeah. It is camo. It's winter snow camo.
You like it?
Mountain winter camo. I love it. Yes, I like it. You can say hi to RJ.
Hi. What chat say?
That's awesome.
No, you can see the chat.
Yeah, you can see the chat. This is StreamYard.
Whoa.
It's streaming live to YouTube.
Hi. Hi, MMA Paradise.
That's Jiro. He lives in India.
Oh, hello from India,
I think.
fellow friend.
Guess what time it is there? Morning, I think.
Good morning, if it is morning there,
Or it's yeah.
or maybe early in the afternoon.
If it is morning to you,
Okay, I'm gonna go back
that's
to
cool.
watching TV now.
Thanks, RJ.
No problem.
Oh, that's really hot. Hey, I'm going to open up the Bible and I'm going to play a song too, hopefully.
You need to put some more wood.
I'll do that. Okay. Go ahead and turn this on. I don't know the password. Can you open that?
Oh, I know.
Just put it back on the table over here after you know the password. Put the password in. Please. Thanks, RJ. Put it there on the table. That's good. I'm going to have some coffee and do some Bible reading. Here's the fireplace. Yes, it's morning, 10:18 a.m.
Okay. Okay,
Elkimos 83. What's up, Splodimos? Explode the most. All right, focus at the task at hand here. Nice. Gloves on for safety. I'll put two in. Two little ones. Two little logs. Well, they got the TV on, but who cares really about that? Not me especially. Since we're talking safety matters with the gloves. Oh, I got the phone plugged back in. Now I can take my gloves off. Should have took them off, but I was holding the phone. Oh, you didn't. How do you unlock it? That's pretty cool.
I'm going to get
Chai's
the cover for the iPad.
Chai's a deck all my life. Oh, looks like I gotta type it in. Wow. Looks like gotta always have an ad, I guess.
Start your day with Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist recommended vitamin and supplement brand.
Thank you. Put it down, please. If you want to give me something, gotta put it on the table. Okay, well, I'm using it right now. Sounds good. Don't really want to talk during the song, but that's cool. On my days, give Jesus praise. That pain. This is called Blue Dream. Seed imported from Amsterdam. I don't need help putting the cover on because I won't put the cover on until I'm done with it. Thanks.
Yeah.
Fine, then would you please put it on there?
Yeah, I got it.
Thanks.
Just in case.
Well, it is a case. A tablet case. I love that song because it's the joy of my life to give Jesus praise. Not that I especially had to smoke that roach. It wasn't even mine at first. The second one I smoked was that I rolled. My 9 night sleepy spliff. Have you prepared the tablet for me with its cover on it?
Yep.
Thanks, RJ. I really appreciate you doing that for me. I'm going to go ahead and pick the next song. It's one of my favorites. From Yaswill Soaring. Actually, I would like to play this song. I Surrender All. Yaswill Soaring. It's a good song. When I start, oh, now looking at things through my own eyes, evaluating the situation. There's no doubt I'm gonna compromise. Oh, I'm sorry, Lord, for not letting you be the Lord of my life. I realize now the plans you got for me are so much better than I could ever do on my own by myself. So, oh, now I surrender all. Oh, yeah, I surrender all. Oh, the greatness and the holiness of my King. Yeah, I can't do a thing. Oh, now I'm your Lord. Will you be mine for me? Yeah, you sent your son. Oh, now he bled and died. In the wild was your enemy. I will be your heart and I'm mine. Oh, so oh, now I surrender all. Oh, now oh, yeah. And I used to think once, oh, and I did not know. Now I realize you're the one in control. Yeah, you rest in me. Oh, shall I stand? Set my foot free. When man sets in me, Lord, oh, now, yeah, oh, now, I surrender, oh, now, oh,
this time I'm giving it my last shot. No more trusting in me, I'm trusting. Yeah, I'm trusting. What do you do? What's the rhythm? I get down on my knees every day. I try to give it all.
God bless. Yes, thank you. Yes. Well, that does it for my two songs. The two songs I had in mind to play. Thank you. Thanks for letting me use your tablet, Arthur. It's 10:05 here in Arlee, Montana. Oh, Tony is live? Well, I should go to Tony's, huh? Well, that's cool. Tony's live right now? Ah. So you mean I should end it or what? I like Tony's better. I'd prefer it if actually it was Tony was live. He's good. He's a good show. Well, I was gonna read some more. I mean, it's the inspired word of God. But I think we're all in agreement on that. I like it because he can do more songs and stuff. For me, I'm really limited. Well, just because I'm not really set up for a show. But this is cool. I like it. Thanks for everybody coming. He is not speaking, just listening to my. Oh, he's listening to my stream? That's cool. I'll just keep going what I was gonna do. That's awesome. Well, that's really cool. Yeah, so anybody saw my video before this one? 2 videos back, I think, with Luke Donnelly. He was up on the panel reading and everything. Thanks for Brother Luke. That was really nice of him to join me again for our study in Hebrews. When we talked about, there was a footnote reference in Psalm 110. I think it was. Yeah, I'm gonna look that up. I think it was in chapter 7, Hebrews. I think I just saw it too. It's right here. B. Psalm 110, verse 4. Yeah, cool. Well, hi, how's it going, Tony? Welcome.
Hey, Andy. I'm streaming on my end, so I'm not sure if
Cool.
this is going to work or not.
You sound good.
I just don't know if they can hear you on my channel or not.
Can you see your chat?
Let me check. Yeah, MMA's there, or he sent the link in mine saying that you're live. But I don't know if it's working on my end. Let me try. It should be. Yeah, it should be catching yours too, I think.
Well, much love, Diru, says Elkmos 83. Thanks. Thank you. And welcome, Tony. That's awesome. Well, look, I was going to check out Psalm 110, verse 4. The only reference from Hebrew so far that I can think of that's
Oh,
coming to
good. I'm
remembrance.
gonna mute. I'm just hanging out with you because I didn't want to. I was up and I wanted to have company, so I'm hanging out. I'm gonna mute and
Hey, that's
listen for a
awesome.
minute. Yep.
I really appreciate you too because, well, it's really if no one shows up, then I just turn it off after a minute or two. I get bored really quick. Thank you. All right, let me see about this. Psalms, Isaiah, Ecclesiastes, Proverbs, Psalms, Psalm 110, verse 4. The Lord has sworn an oath and will not take it back. Forever you are a priest like Melchizedek. E says, verse 1, Psalm 111, 112, 1. The lines of this poem form an acrostic. Well, that's interesting for the poetry. I'm going to start over. Psalm 110, verse 4. The Lord has sworn an oath and will not take it back. Forever you are a priest like Melchizedek. Well, I'd like to read the whole Psalm 110. The priestly king, a Davidic psalm. It says, this is the declaration of the Lord to my Lord. Sit at my right hand until I make your enemies your footstool. All right, Carrie, RJ, thanks. See you soon. Well, again, I'm going to start over. I guess that's my
Yeah.
pattern.
Hey, that's fine. That's fine.
I like this song, first of all, because it's short.
Train.
Yeah, you hear the train.
I
It's
can
very
hear the
close.
train when it goes by my house because it's about a eighth of a mile away. So when it goes through and it goes through town, it starts honking right about. It's honking.
I
See,
love it.
it'd
I
be cool
actually,
if mine went at the same time, right? But it didn't. I don't have a train going by.
I thought it happened once when I was on the phone with Carrie from Aurora, because I was by the train there too. Well, seeing the opportunity now to get up and turn off the TV, that's what I'm gonna do. And just put a log on the fire.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm working on breaking up something to smoke. I see
I did
Alchemist
use a
in
globe.
your. I see somebody in your chat. A few people. That's cool. I can see both my chat and yours. I have no one in mine, but
Oh well,
MMA popping in. But I'm normally a morning person anyway.
yeah.
So most of my regulars are like 5 o'clock people. 5, 6, 7, 8 in the morning, not midnight.
a lot of mornings I check to see if you're live, and
Yeah.
Carrie's like, "I'm trying to sleep," and so I'm like, "Oh, okay." But I
One
catch it
time,
when I can.
Jonathan, Jonathan Plane Flyer, he's like, I was checking you out, and in the morning, right? He'd put it on his TV, and I woke everyone up in the house because you know how I play like wild music and stuff. He says, because I played like Boycott Hell or something.
I love that song.
Yeah. Man, so I've been going through some stress lately, and I was watching TikToks, and there was this weather people, they're watching these laser beams going in the weather streams. You know how people watch the radar and they can see
Yes,
have you ever seen that where they can see the effect in the weather patterns
I know what
of
the radar looks like. Yeah, I've seen it.
the laser pulses and stuff? I don't know if you ever seen that. I'd have to find it, but anyway, there's this,
Maybe I didn't see that.
you could see like waves in the weather. Like if you watch the Weather Channel and they have their radar on and you see those waves in it, and it looks like it's coming out of a factory or something, like they're shooting out like some kind of weather ray, something that's disrupting the weather. It feels like, you've seen that kind of stuff, right? You know what I'm
Yeah,
talking about? Like
yeah,
HARP,
it does come in patterns
that kind
like
of
waves.
thing. But anyway, in the Olympics that they made it not rain, right? For the Olympics one year, like in 2016 or something. And they had it in the news. So they do have the ability to change the weather, right? Or to manipulate it. But anyway, there was some major waves and evidence of that manipulation right over where I live for like the last few days. And I swear it's knocked me like off schedule so bad. And I don't know if that's what it is. I really don't. But when I seen that yesterday, and I'm like, that might explain why all of a sudden my whole sleep schedule is like I'm up at night. I'm staying up until 6 a.m. What's up with that? Um,
Dang.
could be, yeah. I'm not even, so I don't know. So that's why I'm up. I'm like, I'm not tired. Sometimes at the different
Yeah,
times of the
tonight I
day.
was like gonna have to stay up a little later and go pick my friend up and
Okay,
then come back. So I was like, I'm gonna drink coffee and go live.
cool.
Yeah.
All right. I'll let you read your psalm. Which psalm are you reading? 98 or
Psalm
something?
110.
110?
110.
Oh, okay. Well, whenever you want,
Yeah, I got a beard hair stuck all this like in my lips.
Saving. Oh.
That was odd.
Oh, is that your old
Sorry.
lady in the chat? Right on.
Yeah, I saw that. Hi, Carrie. I didn't know if it was Carrie or RJ. It might be RJ. He's sneaky like that. He'll use Carrie's and watch. So, Psalm 110, the priestly king. Actually, I want to point out this says a Davidic psalm, but if you change the D to an H, that's my last name. That's really interesting, huh? I thought
Right.
so.
Right.
Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just self-centered, but I thought that stood out to me. Yeah, it's time for RJ to go to bed. He's a little late for bed, I think, but I told them if you want McDonald's, you got to come in the house because they were hanging out in the RV, but I had to keep the fire going. Well, anyways, this is the declaration of the Lord to my Lord. What I like to notice too is that it says all capital letters for declaration of the Lord to my Lord. Right, so that's like David saying, this is the declaration of the Lord to my Lord, who is Jesus, Messiah. Yeah. I that's how it's pretty simple to me, right? But then it says, well, this is what it says. This sit at my right hand until I make your enemies your footstool. The Lord will extend your mighty scepter from Zion. Rule over your surrounding enemies. Your people will volunteer on your day of battle in holy splendor from the womb of the dawn. The dew of your youth belongs to you. The Lord has sworn an oath and will not take it back. Forever you are a priest like Melchizedek. The Lord is at your right hand. He will crush kings on the day of his anger. He will judge the nations, heaping up corpses. He will crush leaders over the entire world. He will drink from the brook by the road. Therefore, he will lift up his head. Oh, sorry, I had an itch in my nose. Quite
Oh
possibly.
no,
So,
not my
sorry.
nose.
You're like, no, he's picking his nose. Don't look, sorry. I'm just kidding. Well, I don't really care about that. But that was a really awesome psalm. But that's the last verse, though. Was interesting. He will drink from the brook by the road. Therefore, he will lift up his head. Oh man, that sounds cool to me. I don't really know what that means, though.
What's that?
Therefore, he will drink from the brook by the road. Therefore, he will lift up his head. Is that like he was so humble he had to drink from the brook by the road? Therefore, he will lift his head.
Maybe that God provides cool water when you're weary. You know,
Oh yeah. Oh maybe yeah, that's right. I mean, it does sound pretty good if it was good water.
yeah, reminds me of Elijah when he was by the brook when he was running from Jezebel after he killed the prophets of Baal, the 450. And he was like, "Man, they're all dead. I'm the only one, and they're after me, and I want to die." But God provided, water and food, and took care of them. Cool,
Yeah, that was
but
the one with the ravens too, or no?
yeah, exactly.
The birds gave him food.
Yep, the raven.
Yeah, it was one raven.
Well, there was ravens and an angel, which was curious because at first it was the birds, and then later on it said something like, "But the angel provided." So are the angels birds, or is it a parallel understanding?
Right. Like when was it Abraham who like refreshed three angels that were actually they were like appeared as men to him. They like gave him food and stuff. I remember like they gave him cheese and stuff.
Yeah, is it
And
some kind
they
of
wanted to eat.
encounter that they had with these angelic angels or whatever visitors? Yeah. I mean, one
Yeah,
was
angels are something else.
so it could have been, some say angel of the Lord and two angels maybe under that. But yeah, angels are cool. I'd like to meet one. I probably have.
Yeah,
Didn't
that's
know
the
it.
cool thing too. Like, yeah, right. And maybe we're gonna read it or have read it. I'm sure I have read it. Where it says if you sometimes we're um, providing good hospitality to strangers or something like that. Something about may have it that it entertains angels. I don't know how it goes, but
Yeah, yeah.
something like that. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Or like one of them, like appearing of like when they're all in their glory and stuff is cool too. I'd like to see that. Like I don't know, maybe it's not good to see, but I think we'll see a bunch of all the angels too. Like uh, when the Lord's revealed on that on his the great and terrible day of the Lord, we might see some serious stuff,
Right.
like the whole vision of God. It might be kind of scary to see.
Yeah. What's funny is people think that they can paint a narrative of what's going to happen, like it's going to be just a newscast and they're going to be able to talk about it afterward. Like their opinion matters, you know? Like, you really think your opinion matters when God's going to judge the world and you're going to give him a bad reputation and kind of dox him for judging the world? Like, oh, God's a bad guy. Look, he judged the world. Okay, you're dead. You're judged. Now what? I mean, so your pre-narrative is weak. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know if that makes sense, but people are complaining, trying to cast shade on God, right? Well, he's
Yes,
going to judge the world anyway. What are you going to say after all this? And then they mock now, but what are you going to do after? I mean, what are you going to do? I don't understand what their reasoning is. Like they're going to change God's mind, make him feel bad about it or something. Like, oh, I'm wrong. Like
I
they're
don't
arguing
know.
their case before the judgment.
It sucks because what bothers me is that when people are serious about mocking God, they're just gonna be like forgotten about. Like they're gonna die as a person, like everyone else, and I'm pretty sure that God's gonna mock them, like by just wiping them out. Like they're good luck, or maybe He'll
They're
still
going to
save
be
them. I don't know.
they're going to be the wallflowers in heaven. You know, they're going to have to be up on the
Yeah.
wall and watch us feast and stuff and go, wow, I guess they were right. But you're just an art piece now for us to look at and go, wow, that's the judgment. You know, like a window into hell, and be like, yep, you remember those people that were mocking you? Well, there they are. Turn on channel 2.
Oh yeah. Well, what if Channel 2 is always on?
Right.
And
Channel 2.
that's what those
Let's
movies.
let's have a dinner movie. Let's watch what so and so is doing in hell today. Oh, they're raving. Look at them. They're having their podcast in hell. They're saying how mean God is still. You know, still here they go. Why are you burning me? Just
Yeah.
send me some water. I see you at the table. I see you out there in heaven. And they're the bad guys. Why didn't you warn me? It's like, we did, man. We're trying right now. We're trying. We want you to come with us and feast in heaven. This isn't a pride thing. This is like, we need it too. You know, we're no better than any of these other people in the world. So it's not like that. You know, it's not like I'm better than anyone. I want everyone to accept this. It's like, why do they mock? Why do they mock? I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed
Yeah,
with
like
people.
even before I was born again, when I was just like, I kind of call it like my blind time in life. I didn't really know anything. I don't know. And when I was really young
Yeah,
too, went to
yeah, that
school.
happens. It happens. We get blocked or blinded, right? I do.
Yeah, like when I was, I don't even remember what grade at school I was in, but I remember being on the bus and someone on the bus, like I said something about God, or they were making fun of God or something. Somebody said something about the Bible, and we're just like laughing at. I don't even know if it was me, but it just like I heard him making fun of someone who said something about God for saying something about God, and even that without being a Christian or anything yet, it still kind of hurt my heart to hear that. Like, well, I still know that that's wrong. Like, it still seemed to me like, man, like out of nowhere, I just heard that, and without religion or anything, really, just thought it was wrong to do that, anyways. I don't know, like some people just have it in their heart to be. That's weird to me to mock God. Like, I think there's something wrong with the person. I
Well,
guess, like in their heart,
maybe
they
you
mean it.
mentioned the bus ride. You mentioned that bus ride. It reminds me of when I was a kid and I was thinking about it earlier. There was a incident on a bus when I was up north. And do you want me to tell the story or no? I don't want to
Yeah,
if you
if
don't
you want
want to.
to.
Okay.
If you want to, I want to hear it. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm disappointed. That's the name of my stream on my channel is I'm disappointed. I've been thinking about this and people deny everything. Like I'm watching the news and it's like, oh, that sucks, and then I remember people say, oh, everything in the news is fake. And I'm thinking, and it leads to the string of thoughts. It's like, yeah, I remember when I was in the woods, never heard the news, and I was on the bus, and there was this family, and this dude, older guy, raped this kid on the bus when I was a kid, and my stepbrother
Oh.
beat the shit out of him, almost killed him, and got kicked off the bus, had to walk for miles. She shot him in the hand, shotgun hole in his hand. But these people in this family are perverted and cruel and evil, but they don't watch the news. They don't get that influence, but they're in the woods and they can get away with it until somebody like my brother-in-law comes and beats the shit out of them for doing that. I mean, he about killed him, for real. So anyway, bad story, but yeah, I don't know why it's been on my heart and it's something that I've never shared. Um, but I've
Yeah.
seen that ancestral rape and I know how evil people are. I know how evil people are. And it doesn't even, and when people say that stuff on the news is fake, it's like, are you freaking idiot? Okay, so lights are fake. No, you're using words to an extreme that dismiss the fact that things happen. And it really disappoints me. It's almost like a willful ignorance of the facts that bad things happen. There's evil people out there. Life is not all hunky dory. There's bad things happening to people all over right now, and it breaks my heart. So that's why I'm disappointed because nobody seems to care. Hey,
What sucks in this?
anyway, I'm not negative. I'm not trying to be negative. I mean, that's just life. But hey, I'm going to run into the kitchen and grab a beer because
Yeah.
I'm not feeling that good. I'm kind of disappointed, in life and people.
Yeah. Me too. I had a moment too when I was thinking about all the bad stuff that happens to people that they don't even get to be caught, and the victims, get don't. there's no recompense for them or anything. And it gets worse than that too, and I feel it too. It's really hard to think about trying to be a positive person and have a good attitude all the time and do good. And then sometimes when I get a moment to myself, that's what I think about. Like there's people out there that really bad stuff is happening to them. Even right now, I mean, there's so many people in the world. Like,
I watched Rambo: The Last Blood yesterday.
I guess that's part of it.
Have you ever seen that?
Oh, the last one.
Yeah.
No,
Oh my god, dude.
was it cool?
It was intense. It was one of the best battle scenes. I mean, that dude, he wasted them. He tore that last dude's heart out and showed it to him as he was dying. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that people deserve. It's like you was that mean. I mean, through the movie, that guy deserved it. That guy deserved it. And it's kind of nice to see some kind of retribution for evil. So yeah, Rambo: Last Blood. If you've never seen it, wow. You know, I love it when the good guy wins and the bad guy dies and suffers horribly for his evil. So yeah, I'm all for that. I'm all on God's side. You know, punish the evildoer, destroy that person, make them pay, resurrect him, kill him, resurrect him again, kill him again. I don't care. I don't care. They don't deserve to be in any kind of comfort or peace for what they did.
Yeah.
And I know that there's people being held captive and tortured, and right now they are, dude. Right now, and it breaks my heart. And I wish I could do more. I wish I could do something. But the laws bind us. And people's idiocracy binds us. Their denial binds us. Oh, there's no evil. Oh, our enemy is not flesh and blood. Well, what the fuck are you going to tell somebody that's being raped and murdered right now, being tortured, that there's no evil in the world? The bad guy is really the devil. It's not that bad guy that's murdering or raping you. Bullshit.
Oh, that's when the devil's watching, doing his worst at that moment, which is now. That man, it's the facts are, you know, the ends of all things are coming up soon.
Oh, I sure hope so. I sure hope so. I sure hope that God brings an end to this evil, because I'm so tired of it. I mean, I don't know how he can stand it. I really don't. I don't know how he can stand the mock and the ridicule. I don't know how come he don't just smite some of these people. I think I lost Andy on his own stream. You're back. Welcome back.
I don't know if I just glitched out or what, but yeah, I don't get it. Why he's like, well, it's God's patience, you know, but we're gonna have to endure this BS.
I muted at the wrong time. I mean, yeah, I had to vent a little bit. Right. I'm extremely disappointed with the world and with these people mocking God. I don't think they understand how serious the situation is. That's what pisses me off. I mean, they're sitting here playing tiddlywinks with dynamite. You know, they're sitting here just treating this situation lightly. And I don't think life and death is something to be mocked.
Yeah, I take it pretty serious too. Like that's why I always seem to get a quick reality check if I get too negative to the people that around me.
No, I know that God loves these people that are doing this wickedness, right? Because they were wronged and probably led into it and held captive by the devil, right? And they have all their reasons, and that's why he withstands and doesn't just smite them, because he's more just and understanding and sees and loves them anyway. That's the weird thing, is like, how can he love these wicked, evil, cruel, like us, right? I'm no better than these vile people either. I'm vile myself. I'm not better.
Yeah.
That's what's weird about it. It's like, I'm not self-righteous here. I'm just saying that God's offered me forgiveness. He'll offer even that most villainous villain out there forgiveness. He'll even forgive them. I mean, except for that unforgivable sin. What's that? Blasphemy against the Holy Spirit. You deny the truth of God. You deny the truth and that he deserves the respect. He
Amen.
created you. He created you. Anyway, yeah, sorry. Go to your, you read your psalm? It was really short. I mean, like, how many verses was that? 4?
7.
7. Man, that was short. I need more. How about
It's so short that I remembered it was that short after you said that.
can you state it from memory?
No.
Oh, so it's not that. Okay. You know, it says
well, some of
psychology
it I
says we
remember.
forget 70% of what we learn within like 2 hours. That's why everyone repeats themselves all the time. Are you sure you heard me? Are you sure? Because if you forget
Yeah.
3/4 of what you learn within a couple hours, or what, that's your brain. That's how you work, because you only take the most important things. Like, what was it that I read, actually? That's why I do it every day. Because if I didn't, then I let the other influence come in. I could be evil in a week. If I let the world infiltrate me, I could, if I sat and watched like horror movies for like a week straight, I'd probably go out and be a whole lot more wicked than I am today. Why? Because I fed those thoughts into my mind and I started to change. Tree Lynn, welcome. I love your
Tree
singing.
Lynn too
She's
is
been
here.
singing a lot lately. Yep. Have you been subscribed? Do you hear her? She has a good voice. Anyway, I'm gonna mute.
I really love her songs. Her karaoke songs are really cool. So I just happen to like her music too a lot, and I do share her songs out. I've seen some of her on live also. The music's cool for sure. I like that a lot. You've been over, yeah, but not like seriously. I yeah, I think I've seen it go live, and I was like, oh, you got a cool tree on your background, and then I was like, oh yeah, Tree Lynn T. Of course, you would have a cool tree. She does a lot of uh, jewelry making skills, some cool stuff like that. Really, I would have to say she does a lot of custom art that's really interesting.
Oh, right on. I was muted.
Yeah, I think.
I have to
I remember you were
mute
mute.
myself, otherwise I just keep talking and talking and talking, you know.
I think I was also all different hobbies. She says, yeah. Well, I think that's really cool. Seems like you got it all together there with the hobbies, especially since you want to share it on YouTube. I'm not doing anything like that myself, but I did make some jewelry when I was a kid. Well, hey, check this out though. The Bible we're in right now has what I'm going to turn to next. This bracelet that I made.
Oh, nice.
This was a loop. This was a loop. Oh, this was a loop. I guess they're all still looped, but it's like pretty mopped out, I guess. But then these were the ties that would go through the loop. It's pretty old. So, anyways, thanks for coming to the chat, Freeland. Tony and I are up talking about stuff, all the bad stuff. And you
Stuff.
just were,
I've never
you were
shared
just
that
like,
story. I don't think I've ever shared that story about the bus. And it was on my heart. And then when you brought up the bus, I'm like, oh, I got to share it. You know, I'm supposed to share that to get it off my heart, right? To
well,
have
really,
people pray about it or whatever, or be aware.
I really want to, yeah, really, thanks for saying that, because it's hard to say some things that you want to share that you didn't, maybe you did second guess yourself or not. I don't know, but I would have a hard time saying something like that.
I had a hard time seeing something like that because I really liked that kid. And then because of that, the older boy raped her right in front of me, right in front of everybody on the bus.
Yeah, that's really wicked.
Yeah, with all the kids surrounding. Yeah. And that's the kind of stuff that happens in the country where everything's wonderful because they can get away with it. People that go off in
can't
the
believe it.
country
I mean,
like
that's
that
the
are
expression.
usually extremely perverted. And I know that from experience.
That sucks.
Yeah. And I just still wonder.
Mm.
It's like, I wonder if that girl's still alive, you know, and how she's recovered. I don't even remember her name, you know, or the family's name. I was so young and already going through trauma. Nothing that extreme. I seen the extreme and I heard about the extreme, but luckily I've never been through that. But I guess I have. You know, I've seen it. I've seen the evil in people. And when somebody says, "Oh, people ain't that bad," you just let them alone in the country; they'll be fine.
Whatever.
Dude, it isn't even funny. No, it isn't even funny. No, dude, it's Okie. As a matter of fact, my stepbrother beat the shit out of him and almost killed him. No,
Well,
I'll fucking end that.
that's the only part of the story I like, is that someone did something.
No, he about killed him. As a matter of fact, he asked for one of our rings, my brother's or my ring that my grandpa gave us because he wanted a ring on his hand when he beat him. And he took my brother's ring because it was smooth. My ring was jagged. I really wanted him to have my ring. I desperately wanted him to use the one that I had, but he wouldn't. And he was a quarterback for the football team, my stepbrother. When he beat him, he got put out. He had to walk back like, I don't know how 8 miles. He didn't care. I mean, he destroyed that dude. He destroyed him. I mean, it shocked everyone in town. It was huge. It was a big deal. I mean, that dude was just about dead. He had to be taken away in an ambulance. So yeah, it wasn't that they watched around. It was a shocker trying to stop this. It wasn't like that. It was a traumatic experience for everybody. Oh,
Yeah.
the police were involved in all that. Yes, I was young. I don't know all the detail.
Right.
All I know is what I told you. This is the first time I've ever shared it. You know, I'm talking to
Yeah.
Oki, and I'm commenting to him. That's why it sounds like I'm responsive. He was like, no, this is
Oh,
me
you ready?
being disappointed with people. This is why I don't trust people. This is one of the main reasons, with many more examples of why I don't trust people, why I know there's evil in the world, in people, not
Oh, you
in some spiritual world. I'm talking about in the flesh and blood. People are evil.
Yeah. Can I tell you something, Tony? That actually just happened. Well, I heard, and someone looked it up too. It actually happened that my friend's ex was with their new partner, and while they were in the act, getting it on, someone shot him in the back. He killed him, and he's in jail now.
The guy that shot not the guy that died.
Yeah,
Right.
The woman was a person I know, his
Okay.
his ex, and they were doing it, and he got shot and killed.
So he
Bad stuff
seen his old
still happening
lady
all the way
sleeping with
around.
another guy and killed the guy.
I don't know who did it. I don't know anything
Yep.
about it really, other than that's what I heard, that
Crazy.
the
Yep.
shooter's in jail now.
I believe it.
And I'm
I
kind of
believe
scared
it.
to talk about it. I'm kind of scared to
Oh,
talk
no.
about it because there's people all over the world that are I don't want to know or have anything to do with.
Yeah, people kill each other. That happens.
Really,
I've seen a few
really
people get shot.
messed
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I've seen
happy-go-lucky Andy, just trying to
Yeah. The world is even
make a
okay,
good life.
dude. I don't even want to do this to you. I hope you forgive me. But I just watched a video on pit bulls. And I was going to share it, and I'm like, I don't want people to feel bad. Not only do you have pit bull, you love your dog. There's another friend of mine that has like 8 pit bulls, and pit
Wow.
bull was raised to fight kill. You know, it's what it was raised for. And they say, well, you can train it out of the dog, and it's like taking somebody that's adopted, putting them in a Mexican woman that's adopted into a Chinese woman's family and expecting her to be Chinese. You can't change it. You can't change who people are or what they are. So I don't get into it. All dogs are dangerous to me, you know.
Yeah, they're clumsy idiot beasts.
Yeah.
They just have their instinct. They just fire on instinct. That's it.
Right. Pay attention. You got a dog around you. Okay. It might bite you in the face because that's how they play. I mean, that's dogs, right? They chew on each other's faces. That's what they do. So don't let it play with them like that. It's their natural instinct to. So it's a matter of the trainer being present and everybody being aware. So yeah, there's that. There's that subject, dogs and pride and people dying because they want to keep their dog. And that's okay. People die anyway. You know, what can you do? People die.
Right.
I mean, we shouldn't have dogs because people die from dogs. Okay, let's ban all cars because people die from cars. Let's ban all guns because people have died from guns. I mean, I don't want to go that extreme. Being aware is fine.
Someone at work, their dog, I don't really know exactly, but some most people were guessing it was a spider bite, but it was on his paw, and it was like a big wound, and it was like spreading. But like they had to cut his leg off, but they saved the dog. And I
Oh,
think it was like 4 days later, they took him in, and they they just cut the dog's leg off, and I was like, wow. And he showed me pictures of it. I'm like, oh, because I had met the dog the day it happened, and I saw the dog was walking off of it. He's like, man, I would have done something. The very first instant I saw that kind of wound on my dog, I would have taken them into the emergency room for animals. If
right.
it has, if it was my dog, that's what I wouldn't have waited 4 days. But I'm glad the dog's alive at least.
Hmm.
His name was Bodie. He's like a reddish brown, dark brown, no, like a dark tan colored English Labrador. Well, so oh look, I was making coffee. That's cool.
That's how my coffee pot looks. I've got a coffee filter in my coffee pot, no coffee in it. That's funny.
Well,
And I got Folgers too. Wow. That's funny. We're like making coffee the same way. Wow.
yeah,
I need coffee too.
I do
I
need
appreciate
coffee. That's for sure. Yeah.
I had a Okie grower in my chat. He's like, it's getting deep in here. I'm out of here. Good night. Because I was talking about that experience. You know, I didn't want to be on the bus. I didn't want to see somebody like be molested and then another person almost killed. I mean, the whole scenario wasn't my decision. It's not like I could do much. I was kind of thrust into the whole like here you are in life situation. It's not like it's
Yeah.
my fault, like him saying, well, didn't you call the police? It's like, yeah, I pulled out my cell phone when there wasn't cell phones
Right.
to report this thing that happened 3 hours bus trip, a 5-hour bus trip.
Oh wow.
This is
That long of a bus?
my bus ride. I had to get up at 4:00 in the morning to go to school
Oh,
in
that's
elementary school. This is second grade,
bad.
third grade.
Dang.
I mean,
I
yeah,
know.
here I'm gonna do something. I'm second grade year old. What is that? 10, 9? What am I supposed to do? I mean, I know that there's
You
evil
don't
in the
have a
world.
responsibility. You couldn't,
I don't,
as a kid, do anything. But the role you played was that you saw it happen and you were also a victim for seeing it.
oh, and I wanted the most blood. I'm the one that wanted that instead of the smooth ring. I wanted the jagged one. I still remember that. I wanted him to suffer. Actually, I wanted him to die for that. I wanted him to
This is-
suffer so bad because of what he did. And so to say that I did nothing, dude, I was too young. There's barely anything. She shot him and couldn't stop him. She shot him and
Oh,
couldn't stop him.
oh, that's what I heard you say, that there was a shot, but I didn't
She shot him in the
catch.
hand and he blocked it. Not on the bus, but this is how often it
Oh,
happened. When you're trapped in a family like that, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Even if you have a gun and you try to stop him and you shoot the dude and he still gets to be in the same house. because you're stuck with somebody in your family that's wrong, that shouldn't be around. And that's what happens in these homes in the country and around the world, is that people are stuck with people that are abusive, and they're forced in the same home with them. I'm glad I didn't get stuck in a home with abusive people like that for long periods of time. I had a few years where I had a stepmom use a bullwhip on me. Not just
something
me,
bad
but
happened to
all
me.
of us. You know, whenever one of us got in trouble, we all got hit with the whip,
Oh yeah.
or
Man, I
stuck
got
in a corner, to hold a nickel up for a few hours with your nose.
oh. Oh man.
For
My
a
mom
few hours.
my mom used to spank me. My mom used to spank me pretty good with a yardstick.
Yeah, my
That was
dad
bad.
only whipped me once when I stole, but stepmoms and stuff, that's different. Relatives like that, they don't act right. You know, my family was pretty cool. My mom never, she let me use, like when I was staying with my mom and I was a teenager, I used her car all the time. She like, as long as I had gas in it and she wasn't needing it, I was driving as a teenager all the time. As soon as I got my license.
That's good.
Yeah, I spent all my time driving. I was like a taxi. I'd go and take people to get drugs. I'd get drugs for taking them to get them, and I'd party. California, that's all I did. I drove around, went from one place to another. Hey, what's going on? Where are you going? Oh, let me go. And I went. And I, whatever was going on, whatever party somebody needed a ride, I would go, and I would be the driver. So it was easy to find parties. Teenage life was wild for me. I had so
Yeah.
much freedom.
Totally.
I had complete freedom, complete.
How
Same, I
old were
mean,
you
all the
when you
way
got your
through.
license?
16, but I drove before that.
Yeah,
I was driving at 9, motorcycles and cars and snowmobiles and boats and all that. We had 4-wheelers and motorcycle. I like motorcycles. I had my own. I had a 250 Yamaha. It was so big I couldn't reach the ground. I had to put it next to a rock to get on it. Once I got on it, I couldn't stop. I had to drive until it ran out of gas. And I would just go in the woods and I would drive around for hours and hours and hours. We had guns, we had bows, tree houses. My dad worked all the time. And that was a few years. And then that's when I was up north, in that bus thing. But everything else was like driving motorcycles, shooting guns, and hunting and fishing. And then we went to the city because we ended up in the woods because my dad got busted for selling pot when I was a kid. Before that happened, my dad got busted, and it was a big bust. It was like 5 or 6 people got busted. He was at a boxing match, and they busted him there. They busted into the house with cops and guns and dogs, and he went to jail for the night, and then we had to move. Yep.
wow.
Yeah, that was wild.
Man on the run. Man on the run. Living in the woods with a gun. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we were deep in the woods. And it took a while. Because he had to do like a service, like community service and stuff. So he only got to come home a few hours, and he drove all the time. My dad worked so hard, one of the hardest
Can I tell you
workers.
something?
Mm-hmm.
Can I tell you something, Tony?
Yeah.
We have an upgrade now to the coffee routine now, because now instead of a bucket under the sink to drain the sink that we
Yeah.
have to pour out every day, we now have a pipe that goes from the sink to the outside. And when you pour the water
Yeah, nice.
down the sink, you can watch it drain out the pipe. You can look out the window and see the pipe, and then the water come out.
You'll have to redirect it more later when the weather gets better. Put another hose on it or pipe. Kind of
I'm
use
gonna
it for
unplug
your
the charger.
gardening. Yeah.
I think it's in the light. Maybe you can see it.
Get you a compost. What you'll do is you'll run your drainage into a compost where you put your garbage in it and let it compost, and put worms in there so that it helps compost it. That's what we used to do with the worms. It'll help biodegrade stuff better. You should make yours full screen since you're showing your camera. I don't have my camera on. I'm not showing anything. I went dark. I went dark tonight.
Okay, let me see.
Simply disappointed, talking about something I never talked about. It wasn't my intention, but I had to talk about that. It's been on my heart for days. And that's really the crux of the matter. I don't trust people. All right, on. Sorry.
It is 11:06 p.m. This is not the moon. This light. I don't know
Yeah.
how to hold the camera. How do I hold the camera? Okay, so that's.
Yard
I
light.
can't see the moon right now. It's a yard light.
Oh, you don't have snow.
Try to
That's
show.
good.
It's this yard light, but it's super bright enough to actually, if I wanted to chop some wood, I could do that. But
Okay.
it's too late now. I don't want to wake up. Everybody would hear it.
Right. You have to do that in the morning. Wait a few hours. Cool.
We could take a look at the
Nice.
axe for making kindling, But I actually use my hatchet to make kindling and the axe. But this is I just hold it right. So I'm not only am I 5'5", I'm also left-handed, so holding the camera is weird. But here's the mauls
Right.
for splitting wood. This one's really cool.
I should show your camera. Hold on. Let me fix this on my channel. Yep. Is that the right one? Yeah, there we are. Ta-da.
You can see you could turn the camera that way.
What is
I don't
that?
know. My sharing skills are good. But it's a cool axe for splitting wood. Yeah, and there's the wood, but I already got a little bit stacked up here. Here I'm standing out on the porch, and I've just put some wood there that I split, and that's pretty good. And then I had to have some extra kindling, so don't really have to worry about that. Well, let's take a look at the fire. Pretty low on coals there. Yep. Easy enough to just pop a log in there. I know I probably don't have to blow on it, but I like to. Three little logs did good. I'm sorry to hear about the story. Accepting into
Yeah,
this world is really
it is.
depressing. But
It
for us,
is.
it's
It is.
the least, the hardest thing for us too to accept that we're to the brink of depression, myself even, about things. And because of being a Christian, we're not depressed, but we accept these things like reality, you know?
Yep. I just had a story or a scenario where a friend was telling me that somebody was being held captive in their house, and they ended up after a few weeks died and got killed. And this was here in town.
I
And
totally
this
missed
kind
what
of
you said
stuff.
because I got water.
It's all right. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just pouring the water in the coffee pot real quick.
All right. Yeah, just
But
thinking about how
yeah, I'm here
bad the
now.
world really is, you know. I was thinking about another story. Are we missing chat? Exit full screen.
Sun,
Oh,
sun and moon are getting closer.
oh,
Oh,
oh no.
really? I'm still pretty interested in the moon stuff with the sun and everything.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, I
What do you
lately I
think?
haven't had any time to notice much on that. So
All right.
tonight I
What do
don't
you
see it.
what do you think about the moon and the sun?
They're pretty amazing. They're pretty cool. I mean, it's like hard. But anyway, honestly, I don't really have a lot of my own thoughts. There are cool things up there that do what it's supposed to do. I'm sure, you know. God always has his
Sun,
plan for
yeah. Yeah. Sun
things.
is warm. I like it.
Yes. Today I was actually happy to see the sun. It came out like towards the like afternoon a little bit. The sun came out, and I moved from where I usually stand and have a cigarette, and I went and stood in the sun. I was like, I'm gonna go stand in the sun because I see the sun and I like it. And then the person I was standing out there with walked away. So I was like, whatever, you know.
Right.
But also he didn't smoke, so I guess
Right.
he didn't really have a reason. But it was a good day, pretty much for me. Did you actually have a topic? Because I didn't really. Yeah, I didn't have a topic. But we were talking about the moon and stuff. I mean, honestly, to me, everything's amazing, but
Right.
still, everything is like I forget about everything too when I just try to get through pretty much all the whole time I'm awake till when I go to sleep at night. It's like, man, everything's
Right.
I got to be so focused on everything because I have a 10-year-old son too, and my life really just revolves around him. If you were to look at it, like what I do is just for him, and like this is extra. I don't. I mean, when I get the chance to, I do what we're doing right now because this is my free time. You know what I
Well,
mean?
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but besides that, he doesn't even want to sit here and listen to me do the Bible. No, he doesn't have the attention for it. He's just a kid. Some kids can
Right.
do it, but I can't expect him to. Like,
Right.
what were my expectations as when I was a 10-year-old? I don't think it was to sit up at night listening to 2 hours of Bible reading and talk over coffee,
Right.
especially like that. But something bad happened to me when I was a kid too, and I don't remember it being as serious as it probably was. But I don't want to say what it was, but it was pretty bad. And I was with another kid, and this bad thing happened to both of us at the babysitter's house. At the babysitter's house when I was a young kid. Something bad happened. But yeah, I'm not gonna say what it is, but
Yeah, I wouldn't say what some
it's
of
on
the
the
things
same.
that I went through were also, just because
Similar
most people
spectrum,
wouldn't.
minus the
Right.
guns and the grown-ups.
Mm.
I mean, really, something that happened at the babysitters
Hmm.
that he did to us.
Mm.
That was pretty effed up.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
some people
I've only
just
told.
need, to be corrected in a very dramatic way. They need to be taught a lesson. Some people.
The thing about what happened to me is that person didn't get anything ever happened to him.
Hmm. Well, they will someday, and
And I know who that person is.
they
I
will
know who
have
it
to
is,
pay.
and I'm just gonna let it. Whatever happens, happens. I'm not even gonna say who it is. I don't really know the person, but I know his name.
Right. It's
I
that
actually
that
never.
kind of unspoken stuff that we are not allowed to really explain everything, because it's like they'll blame you. The people tend to blame the victims in these situations, and so it silences people, and they don't allow people to talk about things in the world.
What's bad about it is like really got blanked out in my mind. I never talked about it.
It's how we have to deal with it, but it's still there. It's like we just suppress it.
Yeah, it was a complete suppression. That I don't still know what happened, but maybe there was drugs that made it so I couldn't remember.
Right.
I don't even know, to be honest, Billy. But I saw that person in school because they weren't a lot older than me. But I never talked to them and I weren't friends with them or anything. But I always looked scared whenever I saw them. Like, you look like you look spooked. Like you just saw a ghost every time I ever saw the person. And they looked at me. like, well, that's it. Just like a scared eye contact and nothing else ever. But the Lord has a special place for those people that don't repent.
Yeah. And that's what I think of. I mean, it's just disappointing. And people that are arrogant enough to mock God, I think they're probably like that guy that I knew as a kid that would rape his sister or something. It's like, you're probably one of those kind of people, you know? That's what I really think of them. And
That
they're
sucks.
probably worse or something. And you probably murdered somebody, or you're holding somebody captive in your basement. I don't think the best of people first, because I know how bad people are. I know how bad people are. I'm gonna assume that you might be a bad person until I get to know you, because I'm not gonna sit here and befriend somebody that's being villainous to somebody else and betray them. I just don't see giving people the benefit of the doubt as a good thing. I don't think you have to earn
Exactly.
respect. You have to earn
Yeah,
my
to
respect.
me,
Yeah, earn it before
to
I
me,
give it.
everyone is stranger danger until for some reason, I get to know you and you're an especially good person. And if you want to be friends, I'm pretty sure, like, I'm not going to even try to be friends with anyone unless they are into the Bible.
There's
Honestly,
a lot of bad people out there. I mean, not
and
maybe
that
that
really narrows.
extreme.
Yeah,
Sorry. Yep.
that's okay. I don't know. That's why I don't have friends, I think, because that's what I want to do.
Well, I know I'm difficult to, I don't just love everyone. I don't. Some people don't deserve it. They don't. I mean, even though I'm supposed to love everyone, I don't just outright, oh, yeah, you're just great. You're a great person. It's like, I don't know you yet. I'm going to be cautious at first until I get to know you. One of my first tests is, how respectful is this person? Do they lie? And we all lie. We all make mistakes, and we say things that we don't think about. Oh, I shouldn't have said that I was going to do that. I didn't know my schedule. Sorry. It happens. That happens all the time. We don't get to control our future. So that's just, immaturity. It's like, oh, I didn't realize God's in control, not me, That's acceptable. That's not the kind of lie that's a deal breaker for me. What's a deal breaker is when you mock God. When you mock God, I'm done. I'm like, wait a minute. If you're gonna mock God, then you have no respect for any human. That means that if you'll mock God, you'll mock me, you'll mock Andy, you'll mock anyone else in the world, because you have no respect even for your creator. You have no respect for anybody then. That's a litmus test.
Even if you mock another person, and
they're made in God's image.
That should bother you.
They're made in God's image.
Yeah, it's kind of a shameful thing to mock anyone. Like even if for no reason, I can't think of it. No, it's not.
You don't know what they've been through. You don't know why they're acting the way they are. They might be dealing with suppressed what you don't know.
It could be some of that bad darkness too, that we're talking about people doing that.
Even that dude
Get
that
on
was
that.
that molested his sister, we think of him as the villain, but what was done to him to make him like that? What in the heck could have been done to that dude by maybe somebody else in his family? And it could be a generational curse, and he's a victim too. But then he gives into it in some way, which is really strange. It's like a demonic
Yeah.
thing then. It becomes a
Yeah.
demonic give over where you're like, okay, I'm just going to give in to the evil. Well, then you're disrespecting God. If you're going to choose to give into it, at some point, you've chosen to treat people less than they deserve, which is they're made in God's image. And if somebody can disrespect somebody else and they're made in the image of God, then that's a line that shouldn't be crossed. It shouldn't be crossed. Disrespecting somebody else's person, shaming somebody, even the slightest is enough. A little leaven leavens the whole lump. If you have a little bit of mockery in you, you're as bad as the worst. If you mock God, you have no respect for living people, for life, for, like your own life. You're willing to mock God and say, if you don't exist, strike me with lightning or something, or I'm going to misuse this person until you do something about it.
Yeah, right. Like that's called Luciferian, I think. Where you just mock everything and everyone.
Okay.
That's Luciferian. I'm probably wrong, but that's what I think of.
Makes sense. Makes sense. I mean, I can't put my finger on it, but there's something about respecting people and not mocking, especially calling good evil. I mean, literally saying that somebody that says they say something is evil, that they're the bad guy. There's something really twisted and evil about that statement or that way of thought. It's like you're mocking good. Why? That's it. It's all, I'm not saying that there's demons under every rock or anything, but it becomes evil in such a way that I can't explain it. It seems demonic. I'm not trying to act all spiritual or over spiritual with that stuff, but there's demons. I don't know how to explain them, but there's demons, there's demonic activity in the world. I can't say here it is. I got a video of one.
Right.
But it's out there. There's evil out there, but then people tend to make light of the things of God, and that I find very disrespectful for the people that have suffered at the hands of evil people that are demon possessed. Is that if we say that the battle is not against flesh and blood, how do the demons operate? They operate through the flesh and blood. So to say that we don't have to deal with people and the evil in people because our battle is somewhere else is giving room for the devil to do whatever the hell he wants through the people that are committing the evil. We never say anyone's wrong for what they do. Well, they rape people because we're going to blame the devil instead. Oh, our battle is not against flesh and blood, but against the principalities and powers. Okay, fuck. Like, so what? It's not evil now to rape.
Oh, those are two separate things. If you ask
fucking
me.
Retarded, dude. I'm sorry, I'm cussing.
Yeah.
I'm really disappointed in the world and in a lot of things right now.
Yeah.
So
obviously,
I'm sorry.
It's about fighting the forces of evil. Yeah, exactly. People that just do evil. Even if they're not out talking about mocking God, even if someone's just doing a murder or doing a rape to someone, like honestly, what would motivate a person? I don't want to know. This isn't a question that gets an answer. It's just like, what would make a person decide one day all of a sudden to just rape a person? I don't understand. It's like, or kill a
The
person. Like, now I got to do a murder. No, it's like, what? I mean, how is it even possible to me?
It's
Because like,
always small steps. It's never
it's
right
like I want to do
there.
something good. Like maybe what I want to do is go eat some food and like go for a walk or go fishing or something or do
Well,
something fun. It's like, what, I mean, even if
peaceful
someone
life.
pisses me off,
I
I just want to get
yeah,
away from it. You know,
right.
I don't think like about try planning bad stuff like that. You know, that's why I don't even have a gun. I'm not like that kind of person. Like,
If I had a
oh,
gun, and I've said it before, there'd probably be more dead people than there are now in the world. Because I hear about somebody being captive, guess what? It'd probably be me. You know, I'm gonna go over there and try to rescue somebody by myself and get shot. No, I mean,
if
yeah,
there
I
was
wish I
something
could.
that I
I
knew
wish
I
I
could
could.
do,
I do. I
I would
wish I
do it.
could. I'd get an A team together in a heartbeat if it wasn't against the law. And you know what? I don't know if this is true. Maybe you can research it and tell me. We can start a business. Did you know that Amber Alerts? I lost you. Are you there? Okay, are you back?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm
So
here.
I saw a TikTok, and if it's true, I want to start a business. And did you know the TikTok said, did you know, or the moment you realize that Amber Alerts they have a bounty attached to them, and they show this dude in like call to arms, gearing up to go to battle. So in those Amber Alerts, is there really a bounty for the reward for recovering somebody that's been kidnapped? If so, I'm in. I'll kill some bad guys. I'll put a bullet in them if it's legal.
If it is legal,
And I can get
right?
paid to kill bad guys, I'll go and buy me some gear, and I will start a business, and I will start killing bad guys. If it's legal, mind you, to do bounty work. I mean, do you have to be nice all the time? Probably wouldn't let me have the license. They'd like hear my video and say, "No, Tony, you can't be a bounty hunter. You just want to go and kill people. You're like a vigilante or something." It's like, no, but if they pull a gun on me, can I kill them? You know, if they're raping somebody and they try to they're assaulting somebody, can I just kill them? If it's legal, can I do it? Because then I would. But if I'm going to go to prison, then maybe I shouldn't do that, right? Maybe I shouldn't just kill the bad guy. So tell me where the line is in the sand of where I can kill the bad guy or not. Because God says don't. He says that I'm supposed to love and forgive and trust him to pronounce judgment on the bad guy, right? So that's not a good business model for me. I guess I thought about it. Pass.
Yeah.
It sounded good for a minute. It did. I could. I could eliminate a bad guy and not even miss sleep. I would probably sleep better if I could kill some bad guys. And that's serious. I would sleep better if it was legal, and I wouldn't be in trouble, and God wouldn't be mad at me, and the government wouldn't put me in prison. If I can go and just eliminate some bad guys that are hurting people, then I would do it. I would do it. I would do it for a living. But they wouldn't accept me in the
That's-
military. I would do it full time. I would do that instead of YouTube. I go and hunt them
Yeah.
down.
It would make a good movie series.
I'd give my life for that. I would. Be like, I'm in. I'm in. Would not even hesitate. I would not hesitate. I know the ramifications. Oh, well, who would raise your kid? Oh, you'd probably die. It's like, okay, and there's less bad guys out there and less people being hurt now.
Yeah, I think they do. There are some people like that.
There are.
That
There's
do
bad things going
actually.
on every day right now as we speak around the world, and that kind of stuff irritates the crap out of me. Is that there's evil people out there holding people, torturing them, and misusing them, and those people don't deserve that, and they need to be set free. Nobody should be held captive ever by another person. Nobody should be misused by another person. Nobody should have their will subverted by another person. Anybody that's doing that is wrong. And they need to be stopped. Somebody needs to
Yes.
do something. I know God will. And I trust God will. You know why? Here's the heart of the matter. Jesus subjected himself to the worldly government and put himself through a court process, lost his case, went to the court, the cross, died, and trusted himself to the judgment of God, and God vindicated him by raising him from the dead. And I believe in him, and that if he vindicates me, he'll raise me from the dead too. And there's the crutch of the matter. I believe
that
in
is true.
Jesus, and he's going to raise me up if my cause is just. And if my cause is his cause, then it's just. And he doesn't say that I should go and seek revenge. He says, trust him. He's got it. And I'm like, okay, cool. So if
Yep.
I think that I want to do all these things, imagine what God's going to do to them. Imagine what a God that's all powerful, that can do these things without even having to flinch from the pain that they could inflict. He's like, I got you. You know, I got this. Watch.
Yeah,
I can
he's
send
gonna
a plague
get it.
on them. You know, I can do this. I can make them suffer in this way. I can do this. I can make their life a torment. They won't be able to sleep. I'm going to be on them, Tony. I got it. I'm not going to let these bad guys get away with it. I'm not going to let them get away with it. And he'll smite them now. And I pray, Lord, that you'll kill about 100 of them right now, Lord. Just kill them. Give them
Mercy
death.
killing.
Send them death.
Yeah.
I want death to come to these evil people. I'm so sick of the evil in this world. I want to see death on these evil people. I want him to judge them. I do. I want him to just eliminate so that the people that they're oppressing can be set free. So that the torture can stop. That's all I want. That it isn't even about getting revenge. It's about setting the other people free. You know, you're still hurting people. You need to go. You need to go. You need to be ended. No mercy. I wish no mercy, but my God shows mercy, right? See, that's why I'm not God. Because all the dead people, all the bad people would be smitten. They'd be gone. They'd be dead. There wouldn't be any more of this. There wouldn't be any more of this evil in the world. But he loves them. He still loves the bad guy. He loves everyone that he made, and he's trying to even deliver them amazingly, right? Amazingly, the amazing grace. But people
It
that
is
deny
amazing grace.
everything, they deny everything. It just drives me nuts. It's like, how can you not pay attention to the evil in the world? And you act like all news is fake. It's like, that is the dumbest thing that I've ever heard in my life, is to say that everything on TV is fake. Oh my gosh. What do you even mean by that? Do you even know what you just said? Light is coming off the TV. Are you saying that the light that's coming off the TV is fake? That's so dumb. Are you saying that those aren't English words coming out of the TV? Okay, their narrative may be a false narrative. I get that part. But you're telling me that people aren't stealing and that accident didn't happen that's on the news? Are you that freaking blind that you're going to turn off the news and say, well, I'm not going to watch the news because I don't believe in weather? Fuck, man. I feel like I'm living in the movie Idiocracy when people say that. It's like, that is the dumbest statement I've ever heard, to say that everything on the news is fake. I don't mean to be disrespectful to anyone, but come on now. Their narrative is wrong, sure, but to say it's fake is to be like, that TV that you're looking in front of you doesn't exist. Because of the words that you chose to say make you sound all knowing. And pay attention to language. My goodness. Fake? Everything is fake? Are you really saying that?
That's extremist.
That's extremist. Don't do that. I mean, be a little bit more explanatory. And you sound like a crazy person when you say that. To me,
It's like you're just gonna dismiss everything now because it's all fake.
yeah, I
So
understand we have to discern, right? We have to discern a lot. We have to dissect a lot. But to say it's all fake and to dismiss it all and act like if you look at the news, you're an idiot, then hold on, you fucking dude. I'm cussing now, I get so mad at stuff like that when I hear it.
Phone call. Just a moment, please.
Answer it. You're fine.
Yeah.
I got coffee. I'm just drinking my coffee. He's on the phone. I'm just disappointed. I'm disappointed with people saying stupid stuff that doesn't even make any lick of sense. It just sounds so disrespectful to my intelligence. You've insulted my intelligence by saying stuff like that everything is fake. God. Oh, reality is fake. It's like, oh my gosh, dude, are you serious? What are you talking about? You can't be serious right now. Hey, Andy. Anyway, yeah, I was just ranting a little bit about that. It's like it seems extremist, and it drives me to a point of frustration and disappointment in people. In people in general. It's like, fuck, man. Now you got me cussing. That's all I can do now because it's so flabbergasting. It's like, gosh, dude, everything is fake. Really? Even a reality. Now books are changing. Oh my goodness. I can't believe anything. I got what? What? I can't trust my own senses. You can't even believe in your own eyes. I was like, what in the heck are you talking about? I know who I am. And I know what I've been through. And you're trying to tell me what reality is? And whether I can believe the news, I know most of that news is junk, and they put on a show and they have a script and they have a narrative. I get it. They have a political agenda. I get that. But to tell me that the winter storm that I see out my window that I'm watching on the news isn't real, and they say, hey, this storm's going to last another 2 weeks and it lasts another 2 weeks, and you're going to tell me that that's fake. And I'm thinking, who in the heck are you to say that things like this are fake? I watch the weather. I watch news that affects me. And I enjoy the weather, like to know when the storms come. I don't watch it all the time. I haven't watched it in months. Honestly, barely on TikTok. That one about the weather manipulation was more a conspiracy one than a weather channel one, where they was showing like weather manipulation from lasers and stuff. I lost Andy again. Uh-oh. Hey, MMA, appreciate you being here. Thanks. I don't know who else is listening, but yeah, I just made a whole pot of coffee, and life is I'm simply disappointed and extremely disappointed with the world and how evil people are. It's just disappointing. I mean, why go to such extremes? You can, if Andy can log in and let you in, that's fine. No, you're fine. I appreciate you. Maybe we can do a Bible study if he wants. He might have to go. He might be done. Oh my God. World. I mean, to show such disrespect, right? To mock God, to me is no light matter. To make fun or light of situations that are a matter of life and death and eternal damnation, to me is not a light matter. Maybe I'm just a little extreme with that, with my biblical stances, but I think that it's important, eternal life, and whether God is going to judge the world and we can escape that judgment or not, that's important. And to mock God and to mock the Bible, I think is a little bit disrespectful towards people that care about these kind of things. And so if somebody goes that far to disrespect God and the Bible and people's eternal life, in my eyes, they don't even care about anybody. They're as bad as the worst villain that could be. So that kind of stuff don't impress me. When I hear people mocking God or making light the things of God, I tend to lose any respect for that person. I tend to categorize them as a bad guy. As a bad guy. Somebody that mocks God is in the category of a villain. I don't care who they think they are and how funny they think they are. It's not going to fare well for them in the end. I'm not the judge. You're lucky I'm not the judge. You're lucky I'm not the one that pronounces judgment on you. You better be thanking your God in heaven, because he has more mercy than I do. I think that these people that mock God should be scalded with fire. I think that they should have their lips set on fire for it or something villainous to compare to what they're doing to people. I think something should happen to them. I don't know. I could think of something. I really could. I could think of something. But you're lucky that it's not me that's in charge of the punishment that's coming to you that mock God. I don't think it's funny. I don't find humor in it. To make light the things of God, to argue and debate about the Bible and whether we should interpret it this way or interpret it that way, or talking and gossiping about this believer or that believer. All right, Andy, you're fine. No problem. Do you want me to end yours? I mean, you can end your stream. I'm still live on mine. Thanks, Andy, for having me on and talking with me. I know you got a family and you got kids that are there and people, and I don't know. I don't. So I'm just here. Just me. Getting deep, getting real. Yeah, you can end your stream, man. If I end, will I end your stream? I'm gonna leave Andy's.